Hello children, good morning. Welcome to geography class. Today we'll start chapter 24, Ocean Water Movements. In today's class we'll study page number 352, 353 and page number 363 to page number 369. First of all, let us see the objectives of the chapter. In this chapter, we will study ocean waves, structure of ocean waves, causes of waves, tides, origin of tides, the progressive wave theory, types of tides, time interval of tides, tidal current and tidal bore, advantages of tides, introduction to El Nino concepts, difference between waves and currents, causes of origin of currents, types of ocean currents, currents of the Pacific Ocean, currents of the Atlantic Ocean, currents of the Indian Ocean, and at last we will study the role of currents in modifying climates of coastal areas. In today's class, we will study ocean waves, structure of ocean waves, causes of waves, tides, origin of tides, the progressive wave theory, types of tides, time interval of tides, tidal current and tidal bore, advantages of tides, and introduction of El Nino concepts. The ocean water is never static but keeps on moving horizontally as well as vertically. The movement of ocean water takes place in the following three ways. Number 1, ocean waves or sea waves. Number 2, ocean currents. And number 3, tides. Ocean waves are the movement in the water in which alternate rise and fall of sea surface takes place. Sea water rises and falls twice a day at a constant interval. This periodic phenomena of alternate rise and fall in the level of sea is known as tides. Tides are formed due to the gravitational interaction of Earth, Moon and the Sun. The Moon and the Sun attract the Earth due to their gravitational force. The water of the Earth is held in position due to gravitational pull of the Earth. The gravitational pull of the Moon and the Sun counteract. Now children, we'll go through the technical terms that we will study in today's class. The first term is ocean waves, upward and downward movement of water in the sea and ocean due to winds. Tides, alternate rise and fall of water in the sea twice a day at constant intervals. Ocean currents, regular movement of a mass of water in the ocean in fairly defined direction over great distances. Crest, the upper part of the sea wave is called a crest. Trough, the lower part of a sea wave is called trough. Wavelength, the distance between two consecutive crests or troughs. Wave period, the time taken by two consecutive crests to pass any fixed point. Wave height, the vertical distance between a trough and a crest. Swell, when the waves move away from the winds that created them, they begin to move in a uniform pattern of equivalent period and height. These trains of waves are called swells. Surf, breaking waves in the coastal regions. Catastrophic waves, sudden, violent and temporary waves caused by earthquakes and volcanoes or landslides in the oceans. Storm waves, high waves resulting from strong wind action. Internal waves, waves formed at the boundary of two water layers having different densities. Seiches, the stationary wave. Gravitational pull, force exerted by an object on the other object. Primary waves, the waves generated in the southern hemisphere under the influence of gravitational force of the moon. Secondary waves or derived waves, the waves generated when the westward movement of primary waves is obstructed by land masses. They are called derived waves or secondary waves. Spring tide, the tides produced when the sun, the moon and the earth are in a straight line. Neap tide, a tide produced when the sun, the moon and the earth are at right angle. Tidal current, the inward and outward movement of tide in a gulf. Tidal bore, vertical wall of water rushing upstream where the river falls into the sea or ocean. El Nino, a narrow warm water current which appears off the coast of Peru and Ecuador in December. Now children, we'll study the waves in detail. The ocean water is never static. It keeps on moving horizontally as well as vertically. The movement of ocean water takes place in three ways. They are ocean waves or sea waves, ocean currents and tides. Ocean waves are the movement of ocean water in which alternate rise and fall of the ocean surface or sea surface take place. Waves in the ocean can travel in some particular direction over a long distance. In a wave, only waves travel further while the water particles remain at the same place. The water particles move only up and down, but they remain in their same place. Now, let us study about the structure of a wave from this diagram. Each wave has two parts. The upper part is called crest and the lower part of the wave is called trough. The distance between two consecutive crest and trough is known as wavelength. The time taken by two consecutive crests to pass any fixed point is known as wave period. The vertical distance between trough and crest is called wave height. So we can see all these from this diagram clearly. So the different parts of wave are crest, trough, wave height, wavelength and wave period. Now let us see what are the different causes of a wave. Waves are mainly produced by the friction and pressure of winds on the smooth surface of the sea. The size and force of waves depend on three factors. They are the velocity or the speed of the wind, the duration of the wind, and the distance covered by the wind without any obstruction. Where the water is deep, the winds are fast, the winds blow over a long period, and the bottom does not interfere with the movement of water, the formation of waves is unrestricted and full. For example, winds at a speed of 160 km per hour blowing over 50 hours and over a distance of more than 1600 km can produce waves of 15 meters height. Such sea waves are common in the Pacific Ocean. There are three types of waves generated by wind. The first is sea waves. When many sea waves of different wavelengths move in different directions, they create an irregular and chaotic wave pattern called sea waves. Now let us see what is a swell. When the waves move away from the winds that created them, they begin to move in a uniform pattern of equivalent period and height. These trains of waves are often called swells. The third type of sea waves is called surf. Surf is breaking waves in the coastal regions. Hawaii in Pacific Ocean is called the surf capital of the world. Honolulu in Hawaii Island, USA is the best known place for surfing. Cape Town, Western Cape Province, South Africa is also well known for surfing in the world. The other surfing areas in the world are Los Angeles, California, USA, New York City, New York, USA, San Francisco, California, USA, Lisbon, Portugal, Sydney, New South Wales in Australia, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. In India, Kovalam Beach in Kerala is the best known surf spot. In addition to these waves, there are other types of sea waves also. They include catastrophic waves or the tsunamis. They are sudden, violent and temporary and are caused by earthquakes, volcanoes or landslides in the oceans. Catastrophic waves or tsunamis are quite destructive. We can take the example of the tsunami that hit the Southeast Asia, Indonesia and southern part of India on 26 December 2004, in which more than 1 lakh people were killed. Storm waves. Storm waves are usually high, resulting from strong wind action. Next we have internal waves. Internal waves are formed at the boundary of two water layers having different densities. We can see in this diagram that the low density layer is up, high density layer is down and internal waves are in between. The last type of sea waves is called the seiches. Seiches are stationary waves caused by constant wind. Now children, we will study about tides in detail. Sea water rises and falls twice a day at constant intervals. This periodic phenomena of alternate rise and fall in the level of sea is known as tides. Tides are formed due to the gravitational interaction of the earth, the moon and the sun. The moon and the sun attract the earth due to their gravitational force. The sun, due to its large size, should attract the earth more, but because of its distance from the earth, it is unable to exert much influence. On the other hand, the moon is much smaller than the sun, but it is able to attract more due to its lesser distance from the earth, or we can say due to nearness to the earth. It is estimated that the tide producing force of moon is twice as strong as that of the sun. Now let us go through the progressive wave theory. The progressive wave theory was propounded by William Whewell in 1883. It is based on the following facts. Number 1, the earth is a heterogeneous body and not a perfect fluid. It means that Earth is made up of both land and water. Number 2, tide occurs at different time at different places on the same longitude. There is a lagging of time of tides away from the source. There is a variation in the intensity of tides at different places. Tide is in the form of tidal wave which travel from east to west. The tidal waves are originated in the ocean under the influence of tidal force of the moon. The length and the speed of the tidal waves depend on the depth of the seas and oceans. In a globe completely surrounded by water, the tidal waves would travel freely from east to west, but the position of land and water hinders the speed and direction of the wave. Since the continents roughly stretch from north to south, hence they hamper the free movement of tidal waves. These waves are least hampered in the oceans surrounding the Antarctic Ocean because of the absence of land masses in the southern hemisphere. The tidal waves generated in the southern ocean are called primary waves, which move from east to west in the form of forced waves. Secondary waves are generated when the westward movement of primary waves is obstructed by land masses. They are also called derived waves, which also move from east to west. Now we will study about the two types of tides. Tides are influenced by the relative position of the moon and the sun with respect to the earth. Accordingly, two types of tides are recognized. The two types of tides are spring tide and neap tide. Let us study about them now. Spring tide occur when the sun, the moon and the earth are in a straight line. On full moon and new moon, the moon and the sun are almost in the straight line with the earth. Hence, they exert their combined pull on the earth. Therefore, on these 2 days, the tides are highest and they are known as spring tides. Neap tide occur when the sun, the moon and the earth are at right angle to each other or they are perpendicular to each other. When the moon is at first and last quarter, the sun and the moon make a right angle to the earth's center. The sun and the moon cancel each other's effect. As a result, the tide is the lowest on these 2 days. Now, let us see what is the time interval between two tides and what is the cause for the same. The earth rotates around its axis once in 24 hours. Therefore, the tide should come after every 12 hours. But this does not happen. Instead, the tides occur at a regular intervals of 12 hours and 26 minutes. The moon revolves around the earth from west to east and completes one revolution in 29.5 days. It takes 24 hours and 52 minutes for the rotating earth to bring the same meridian and same place vertically below the moon every day. Hence, high tides follow at intervals of 12 hours and 26 minutes. When a gulf is connected with the open sea by a narrow channel, water flows into the gulf at the time of high tide and comes out of the gulf at low tide. This movement of water inward and outward in a gulf is known as tidal current. Tidal current can be seen in India in Gulf of Kutch and Gulf of Khambat. The heights of these tidal currents may be 10 meters or more. When a tide enters the narrow and shallow estuary of a river, the front of the tidal wave appears to be vertical due to the piling of the water of the river against the tidal waves of the sea. This steep vertical wall of water rushing upstream is known as tidal bore. Hooghly River in West Bengal often experiences tidal bores. Now, let us go through the advantages of tides. Tides generally help in making some of the rivers navigable for ocean-going vessels. London and Kolkata have become important ports due to the tidal nature of the mouth of River Thames and River Hooghly, respectively. Fishermen go to the open sea for fishing along with the high tide and come back to the coast along with the low tide. Hence, tides also affect fishing. Tides clear the river sediments from the mouth of the rivers, and tides also keep the sea beaches neat and clean by washing away the garbage towards the ocean. Tides bring many shells and other sea products on the shore. Tides keep the sea in motion, so tides keep the water clear and avoids its freezing. Many seaports in England do not freeze in winter due to the tides. The tidal force may also be used as a source for generating electricity. For example, France and Japan have power stations which convert tidal energy into electricity. In India, the ideal conditions for using the tidal energy exist in Gulf of Khambat and Gulf of Kutch. Sundarban Delta also has great potential for developing tidal energy. Now children, our last topic for today is El Nino concepts. Let us study it. El Nino is a narrow warm current which appears off the coast of Peru and Ecuador in December. In Spanish, El Nino means the child Christ because it appears around Christmas. El Nino is a temporary replacement of cold Peru or cold Humboldt current. The sudden appearance of warm waters of Peru was first reported by Dr. Luis Canenza, the president of Geographical Society of Peru in 1891. El Nino episodes of warm coastal currents with accompanying disastrous consequences for marine life and birds recur every 4 to 7 years and consequently were long known along the west coast of South America. El Nino is caused due to local heating which increases the sea surface temperature. It is hypothesized that ocean front between Galapagos Island and South America is ruptured, allowing a shallow layer of warm, low salinity water to push across the equator. The abrupt arrival of this warm water at the coast signals the beginning of El Nino. El Nino plays an important role and is responsible for rainfall variation in different parts of the world, floods and droughts, etc. Sometimes it becomes more intense and increase the surface temperature at the sea by 10 degrees Celsius. This warming affects the global pattern of pressure and wind system, including the monsoons. It is generally believed that there is a tendency of poor monsoon due to El Nino. Children, with this we complete our today's topic. Hope that you have understood today's topic properly. Your homework is to go through the exercises given in your book at page 369 and 370. I will speak the exercise and the question for you. Exercise first. Question number 1. Name 3 forms of movements of the ocean water. Question number 2. Give one term for each of the following statements. Part number 4. The breaking waves in the coastal region. Part number 6. A vertical wall of tide water moving upstream in the river channel. Question number 3. Give the formula for finding velocity of wave. Question number 4. Name 3 types of waves generated by wind. Question number 7. When does neap tide occur? Question number 6. When does spring tide occur? Question number 8. What is the time interval between 2 successive tides? Exercise second. Question number 1. Illustrate the terminology associated with waves with the help of diagram. Question number 2. Explain 3 types of waves generated by wind. Question number 3. Distinguish between the following. First part, swell and surf. Fourth part, spring tide and neap tide. Fifth part, tidal current and tidal bore. Question number 6. How are tides caused? Question number 7. Why are tides delayed every day by 50 minutes? Question number 8. Define El Nino. Exercise third. Question number 5. What is a tide? How tides are formed? Distinguish between spring tide and neap tide and explain the effects of tide on us. Question number 6. Discuss the progressive wave theory of origin of tides and describe types and advantages of tides. Question number 7. What is El Nino? Discuss the causes and effects of El Nino. Children, you have to write the answers of these 5 questions in your copy. The first question is, what are waves? Explain the terminology associated with waves with the help of diagram. Question number 2. What are the different types of waves? Explain. Question number 3. What are tides? How are tides produced? Question number 4. Name the 2 types of tides. Explain each with diagram. And the last question is, what are the advantages of tides? Children, you must go through the school link and YouTube given in your schedule. You must read today's pages related to waves and tides and learn the back question answers thoroughly. With this, we end our today's class. We'll meet in the next class with new topic. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.